Down here. Hope you're doing well. Today's the Cardone Zone. I find myself in Clearwater, Florida. Let me know below where you are. And I want to talk to you today about, God, man, so much going on in the world. I cannot believe 2 weeks ago I was on a secret project. Today I'm on a project where the whole world is like getting served bad news constantly, seeming like every day something new. Stock market's up, stock market's down. Treasury bills go over 1%, then they collapse to 0.7. Like, it's a crazy, crazy world. We have now more outbreaks of the virus in the United States of America than in China or in Italy. Crazy, crazy, crazy times we're in. What I want to talk to you today about is what is more lethal? What is a bigger health issue at this point? Is it the virus itself, the coronavirus? Or is it shutting down 32 million businesses? Which one do you think is going to cause more, not just financial damage, but damage to health? This morning, I'm aware of how many people want to go back to work right now. I was driving through Clearwater, Florida last night. I went to see my brother on the beach, and on the way back, I noticed how many restaurants were out of business, how many grocery stores weren't open, how few people were at the gas station, the CPA that didn't have anybody in his parking lot, the lawyer that had no one. And I wondered to myself, how many people, when this thing ends, how many people are going to be like, I cannot wait to go back to work? I know I can't. I know they're talking about another, I don't know, maybe 15 to 30 days in Miami, where my family's shut down now. I can move around a little bit in Tampa, but in Miami, it's like you can't even go to work. It's against the law to go to work. So what I want to know below in comments, what do you think will ultimately be the greater health risk? I'm talking about not just the coronavirus issue with the respiratory system, which is awful and terrible, but also the mental stress, the mental illnesses, the fear that people are feeling, the no purpose of not going to work every day, the number of business owners that are threatened with debt and might have to close their businesses up, the number of employees that have been let off or laid off or worried about being laid off, or people having pay cuts. I think Delta Airlines cut the pilots' fees by over 50%. Senior executives are having bonuses and salaries cut. I mean, this thing, folks, is affecting everyone, not just people that get the coronavirus or get a temperature or get the flu. I think personally, it is insane that we're shutting down the entire world. Personally, I know that possibly millions of people are going to be affected by this virus, maybe tens of millions, maybe even hundreds of millions, billions of people. If I just set aside the personal emotion about people getting sick and possibly dying, and elderly people dying, even young people have died from this thing. If I put that aside, and I just look at what is the mental health damage of not having a job? What is the mental health damage of not knowing what your bank's going to do with debt? What is the mental health damage of knowing you haven't been laid off, but there's a good chance that you could be laid off? Then when you do go home, you haven't been laid off, but you really can't work. You're still getting paid, but you can't talk to your clients because you can't get them on the phone because they can't buy anything. Like it's insane to even think with. So I don't want to be the source of bad news. There's enough bad news available in the marketplace right now, but I did want to do a Cardone Zone today and just find out from you, because you've been following me here for some time. Maybe you like the channel. Maybe you like the channel just so you can come on here and hate on me. I don't know, whatever the deal is. I know that we're all going to get through this. The silver lining is the fact that you're not going to die. You're going to get through this. Most of us will make it through. But I'd like to know from you, in comments below, is this thing overblown? You know, is this any more than just a flu? Is this more than an epidemic, a pandemic, whatever you want to call it, that people get sick? I think there was a flu during the Obama administration that 30 million people were afflicted by it. Forget what that was called. H1N1. H1N1. I think 30 million people worldwide, 76,000 people maybe in the United States were killed because of that. Dude, the numbers on this deal are like nowhere near that at this point. So to me, I mean, I hate to say this. Yeah, it was the swine flu. Was it the swine flu, the H1N1 swine flu? I know that I'm going to get through this, okay? Me and my family are going to get through this. My employees are going to get through this. We have 126 employees still on payroll in Miami. We let 42 people go last week. I have 8,000 families that, you know, by all our surveys that we've done, 8,000 families that rent property from us. Over 75%, over actually 92% renewed last month. We've never had a renewal rate that high in any of my properties, suggesting, look, I don't want to move. I need to stay here. I want to stay in a nice place. But we have 8,000 families. We know some of them are going to be affected. Maybe 15 or 20% are going to be affected and can't pay their rent. Then we talk to the lenders and say, okay, if my tenant can't be evicted and my tenant can't pay, because the federal law now is you can't evict, but we're more concerned about people that just can't pay and what can we do for them. I don't know how many of you know this, by the Fair Housing Act, if I do it for one, I have to do it for everyone. So then does the banks then give forbearance or forgiveness on the loan? If they do that, then what happens to the people that hold the treasury bills, the people that invested in that debt? Then they can't get paid. They can't get paid, their kids can't rent. Like, this is a massive vicious cycle where we're all connected. And for all of you out there that have been saying, oh, Grant Cardone laid some people off, I was the first person to tell you that I laid people off. Trust me, you will lay someone off too. When you don't pay your rent, when you don't buy food, when you don't buy that bike that you were going to buy, when you don't buy tennis shoes from Amazon that you were going to buy, trust me, you are firing someone too. When you don't get that massage that you were going to get, or you didn't buy that ring for your girl that you were going to buy, or you're not going to dinner now because the government won't let you go to the restaurant, and you cook your own food rather than ordering out. Every time you make a decision not to spend money, you're firing someone, the waiter, the waitress, the bartender. We're all firing someone right now. And it's a shame because what happens is the entire world gets shut down. And the moment the world gets shut down, forget the money part of this. Forget money. Let's say we didn't even work for money. Dude, I want to work. I want to work. I want to go. I want to meet people. I want to shake hands, okay? I got to tell you right now, I am going to be shaking hands. The only way you don't shake my hand is if you don't want to shake my hand, because I am going, as soon as this is over, I am willing to go into the marketplace and meet people, talk to people, connect with people. I want to work. Who here wants to go back to work? Okay, when are you happiest, champ?
I'm working. Didn't you, if anyway, you heard my speech? Now nobody.
You had to see it, blah, blah, blah. Somebody said blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it is blah, 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 because you out of work. So you just think I'm saying blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, do we all need to work, folks? We need to work. We need to produce. So I know that I have 8,000 families that rent from me. There's not one of them that doesn't want work right now. They want to work. There's some bills that are being passed. I don't know how many of you know this. Please be respectful while my little girl's here. I'll come punch you in the YouTube face. There's some bills that are being passed right now that are going to be unbelievable. The $2.2 trillion. One thing is, I think it's called the QIP, which is basically investment property, improvement of investment property. When I invest in a new roof now, rather than waiting for a year or two, that money will be able to be expensed this year. That's a massive thing. So we're already looking at how we can start hiring roofers, kitchen cabinets, doing flooring in our property so we can put people back to work. There's one thing, people working for you. Okay. Number two, when you buy something from somebody else, you are hiring them. So I strongly encourage everybody to start thinking about, look at the laws, look at the bill that was just passed or is being passed today. How can you start spending money in the appropriate places so you keep the world working? So this corona thing doesn't become a depression thing. Because I got to tell you, when I can't work and I can't produce and I can't go out and do what I want to do the way I've been doing it, I get a little depressed. I get a little anxious. I get a little scared. 3.2 million people hit the unemployment ranks this week. That was week 1, folks. Okay. What do you think is going to cause more illness, physical and mental illness? Please let me know below. The coronavirus or shutting down every business in America? What do you think, Sabrina? What's going to create more problems?
I think shutting down everything.
Yeah. Sabrina, that's from a 10-year-old. She thinks shutting down businesses for 30 to 60 days will create more problems. Dude, it makes everybody sick. Okay? Makes everybody sick. My kids want to go out and they want to play. They want to go play. They want to go run around. They want to go to the park. They want to go to the gym. I want to go work out. This is nuts what we're doing right now. And I truly believe if it was just up to Donald Trump, he'd be like, open America up, let's roll. But you got some cities, Los Angeles is saying they might be shut down for another 30 to 60 days. New York, they're so big. These cities are so big. So glad we moved out of LA. New York, I had a buddy that was in New York City. I called him up 2 Thursdays ago and said, get out of New York City as fast as you can. You get back to Utah where you live. He listened to me. Yeah, I'm not sick. Okay, I am not sick. However, I will tell you guys, I think the coronavirus has already been through the United States one time already. And I think in January, it already swept through the United States. I know a lot of people that got hit hard by something and nobody was talking about this. Well, I know this topic might be unpopular and you might be uncomfortable with it. I'm just telling you, when people are working, they're more sane than when they're not working. When people have a place to show up every day and a team to work with, they're better off. And we've had viruses, epidemic, pandemics, flus for a long time. You start shutting down every country on this planet from going to work. I mean, unless they know something they're not sharing with us, which might be the case. Okay, no, I have not sold my plane. I have no intention of selling my plane. I have not sold my apartments. I have no intention of selling my apartments. Okay, real estate was the first, residential real estate like that we own, was the first asset class to recover in 2008. People have to live someplace, folks. We had the highest renewals in March that we've ever had in my history. 35 years I've been buying real estate. We had renewals at over 92%. That is, people that were coming up for a new lease said, no, I don't want to leave. I want to renew my lease. So there's not instability everywhere. If you can find great real estate with great debt, some of you guys that are in real estate and you love real estate, you can't get a loan right now on a deal. Okay, the spreads between the Treasury and what the market's going to charge you for a loan are so exaggerated right now, you probably can't get a deal done. So yes,
company, not people.
Yeah, because somebody said Corona is going to kill companies, it's not going to kill people. So it is going to kill some people are going to die from it. I don't know that they're dying from the Corona. I think they're dying from respiratory and or earlier problems that they had. Thank you, Jan.
You're welcome.
Okay, some what are they called? What's a problem called when the system's been beat up already?
I don't know what that's called.
What's that called? Somebody here knows that word, what that word is. It starts with a C. But look, everything has changed. I totally agree with Booble on TV. He says everything's changed. Everything has changed. Pre-existing condition, but there's another word for it too. There's another word. There's a
Coronavirus?
no, not coronavirus. It starts with a C though. It's
Crisis?
something's broken down.
Chronic?
Not chronic, not immune deficiency. It's a when you take the top off of a car, you break you violate it. Compromise. That's the word. Compromise. Thank you very much. So again, this is not a corrupted. Corrupted is kind of the same. Okay, this is not to belay the negative. 3 million people are unemployed this week. I contributed to part of that, by the way. Totally fess up to it, own it, had to.
Yeah.
I had about 20 of those people that we just hired this year, and I'm like, I can't even have them in the office. I can't train them. I can't educate them. I can't get them in our culture. What am I going to do with them? I have to wait till I can bring them back later. By the way, every person that we let go, we are interested in bringing back. So as soon as we can get on the other side of this, we want to hire people back. The fall of Cardone Capital, somebody said, there's so many people pulling against me, man. I love you guys so much. You encourage me and inspire me so much.
One person says, I don't like when children are used for sympathy. Sympathy!
Get out of here. I'll take you guys on. She's not here for sympathy. Okay, we're on a trip together. Elena's with Scarlett, Sabrina's with me. So again, folks, what do you think? I want to know in the comments below. If you're following the channel, great. If you subscribe to the channel, super duper. Every day, I'm trying to do a show right here live from wherever I am. I'm in Clearwater, Florida today. I'll be back in Miami soon. And wherever I am, I'm trying to drop a show for you, even though we've been shut down at our offices. What do you think is going to cause more health problems? More health problems. Is it the coronavirus itself? Or is it the laying off or shutting down of millions, 32 million small businesses in America? If you're not what they call an essential business, whatever that means, hospital, grocery store, pharmacies, if you're not absolutely whatever necessary, I don't know what I mean. How are the airlines not necessary to the wellness of this country? Car dealerships can't even be open. If you think the coronavirus is going to do cause more health damages worldwide than the recession, or whatever we're about to go into, because it's going to be really ugly. Shutting down businesses, in my mind, this many businesses, creates a greater problem in our country and around the world than letting this virus do what it's got to do. So I know that's unpopular. I know a lot of people are going to tell me, oh my God, but what if this was your mom? My mom would be like, let it roll, let it go, let it do its deal. Okay, if it was my twin brother would be like, hey man, I'm 63, 62 years old. If it gets me, it gets me. I know people that are 80 years old that have told me the same thing. Whatever, let it roll. You can't shut down an entire planet and cause people anxiety, stress, fear, bank collapse. Okay, people are like, hey, is Grant Cardone going to make it? Folks, y'all don't need to worry about whether I'm going to make it. I know I'm going to make it. You're talking about banks collapsing. Okay, restaurants never coming back in business. The airlines might not be able to return. Hotel chains that could go down forever. Businesses that were already struggling might never reopen again. You know the amount of damage that will cause people, the suicides it will cause, the divorces it will create. Okay, how many different people get affected when one business closes, when one employee gets let go, when one employee stays on the job but can't go to work, can't be part of a team, can't spend money that they might have. Do you know what happens to all the retired people on this planet that are like, I can't spend money right now because I'm terrified, or I can't spend money right now because I can't even go out and spend money. So let people know, man, if you guys are in the camp like I am, stop this lockdown, stop it, stop the insanity of closing everything down. Then you ought to write your senator or your congressman, because right now the governors, the senators, the congressmen, they're not going to stand up They're not going to stand up until their voters say, stop this madness, okay? Stop this. They're all following suit right now around the country to shut down their local areas because they think that's what's popular. And they don't want to do the wrong thing. What's that?
You said area.
Area. How do you say it? Area. I don't say area right, okay?
Is that how you spell it?
It is A-R-E-A, and I always say it wrong. What did I say? Area. I know I've always said it wrong, okay? So if you guys don't want your governor, your senator, your congressman shutting down the whole planet, you need to tell them that. Otherwise, they're going to keep shutting everything down. I've already written letters. This is fucking mad. This is madness. Madness, shutting everything down, okay? Okay. Hey, I love you guys. I'm pulling for you. You guys hating on me. I love y'all. I love y'all hating on me. Man, you inspire me like no other. You guys that love me and my family and support me and call me Uncle G, man, I'll be here for you. Okay, there's no getting rid of me. It's impossible. We're all going to get through this. Last thing, we're all going to get through this. We're all going to get through this. Guarantee you we're going to get through this. She's going to get through it. I'm going to get through it. My wife's going to get through it. You're going to get through it. Question is, how well you're going to get through it, okay? I got a coaching call in 10 minutes. So the person I'm coaching, they're like, hey, Grant, show me what I got to do right now to roll, to get everything, get my stability back in, and start growing from here. So last thing I want to say, the last thing after the last thing is this. Look, hold on to what's true to you. What's true to you? I don't have time to hate on anybody right now. I don't have time for blame. I don't have time. This was just a conversation day. It doesn't matter to me what happens here. Okay, I mean it does, but I'm going to come out the other side. So I have to find one thing that I'm stable about. Hey man, my intentions are good. I'm having to make some really, 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 really difficult decisions that aren't very popular, like this show today. These aren't popular opinions. They're not in the mass agreement, okay? But I'm like, I got to stand up and I have to do what's true to me. What are my intentions? My intentions are good. That's stable for me. My intentions are good. So when I have to make a hard decision, my intentions are good. And I need to make sure that I'm clear about, hey, I know I'm doing what I think is the right thing right now. I'm certainly in a position to change my mind later on. During stressful, crazy times, okay? Just find a couple things that you're sure about. What are your intentions? Are you a good person? Are you willing to make good long-term decisions? Are you doing it for the good of more than just yourself? And if the answer is yes to that, make those decisions and move forward. The second piece of stable data for me is this: I'm going to make it. You're going to make it. We're all going to make it. God bless you guys. Be great. Okay, hang in there. And remember, you're going to make it.